Then, through the power of the Buddha, the Venerable Shariputra said this to the Bodhisattva Mahasattva Aryavalokiteshvara. How should any son of the lineage train who wishes to practice the activity of the profound perfection of wisdom? He said that, and the Bodhisattva Mahasattva Aryavalokiteshvara said this to the Venerable Sharadvatiputra. Shariputra, any son of the lineage or daughter of the lineage who wishes to practice the activity of the profound perfection of wisdom should look upon it like this, correctly and repeatedly beholding those five aggregates also as empty of inherent nature. Form is empty, emptiness is form, emptiness is not other than form, form is also not other than emptiness. In the same way, feeling, discrimination, compositional factors, and consciousness are empty. Shariputra, likewise, all phenomena are emptiness, without characteristic, unproduced, unceased, stainless, not without stain, not deficient, not fulfilled. Shariputra, therefore, in emptiness, there is no form, no feeling, no discrimination, no compositional factors, no consciousness, no eye, no ear, no nose, no tongue, no body, no mind, no visual form, no sound, no odor, no taste, no object of touch, and no phenomenon. There is no I element, and so on, up to and including no mind element and no mental consciousness element. There is no ignorance, no extinction of ignorance, and so on, up to and including no aging and death and no extinction of aging and death. Similarly, there is no suffering, origination, cessation, and path. There is no exalted wisdom, no non-attainment, and also no non-attainment. Shariputra, therefore, because there is no attainment, bodhisattvas rely on and dwell in the perfection of wisdom, the mind without obscuration and without fear. Having completely passed beyond error, they reach the end point of nirvana. All the Buddhas who dwell in the three times also manifestly, completely awaken to the unsurpassable, perfect, complete enlightenment in reliance on the perfection of wisdom. Therefore, the mantra of the perfection of wisdom, the mantra of great knowledge, the unsurpassed mantra, the mantra equal to the unequaled, the mantra that thoroughly pacifies all suffering, should be known as truth since it is not false. The mantra of the perfection of wisdom is declared, Tayata, Om, Gate, Gate, Paragate, Parasamgate, Bodhi Soha. Shariputra, the Bodhisattva Mahasattva, should train in the profound perfection of wisdom like that. Then the Bhagavan arose from that concentration and commended the Bodhisattva Mahasattva Aryavalokiteshvara, saying, well said, son of the lineage, it is like that. It is like that. One should practice the profound perfection of wisdom, just as you have indicated, even the Buddhas rejoice. The Bhagavan having thus spoken, the Venerable Sharadvatiputra, the Bodhisattva Mahasattva Aryavalokiteshvara, and those surrounding in their entirety, along with the world of gods, humans, and asuras and gandharvas, were overjoyed and highly praised that spoken by the Bhagavan. Saji Poki Jukshin Me To Gari Sangye Jindu Mikte Uwa Ijoku Namada Jila Chopasho Idam Guru Ratna Mandalakam Niyatayami Sangye Chodang Soki Chonala Jangsu Bardo Dagni Kapsuchi Dagi Chinyengi Pesonam Ye Dola Penchir Sangye Drupasho Sangye Chodang Soki Chonala Jangsu Bardo Dagni Kapsuchi Dagi Chinyengi Pesonam Ye Dola Penchir Sangye Drupasho Sangye Chodang Soki Chonam La Jangsu Bardo Dagni Kapsuchi Dagi Chinyengi Pesonam Ye Dola Penchir Sangye Drupasho.
Kange to zeni zone dawa danje pambe che dambe chene dunze wa kondam de la cha cha lo So this is in the Lundun show. Ambo la yeke dan hu dan je ke te bo dan me ke na dan ro kon je dan na je da tham je ken do da gi chen don do. So now we are going to do the breath meditation for a few minutes. We should breathe 7 times each nostril and breathe 7 times both nostril. Count your breath. Watch your breath. Be aware of your breath. There are many benefits to this meditation, both physical, mental, and emotions, and thought. And through this meditation, we can increase our positive energy and mindfulness and awareness. Just focus on your breath. Look at your breath. When we breathe out, we should visualize all the negative karmas, all the disease, all the obstacles come with breath. When we breathe in, we should visualize all the good qualities, compassion, bodhicitta, love, kindness we receive from all the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. Now we're going to do a short meditation of mind. Please look at your mind. Where is your mind? What is the nature of the mind? What is the reality nature of the mind? Or what is the ultimate nature of mind? We are very lucky now. That moment, our mind is clear, happy mind. So we need to use strong mind and powerful mind. This is how we should understand Buddha nature, how we should realize Buddha nature. So we should understand about mind. What is mind? What is mind's function? What is our mind's attitude? What is our mind side? So now we try to cultivate good motivation, compassion, bodhicitta. So we should think everyone wants happiness just like me. We should think everyone wants a good life just like me. We should think everyone wants a peaceful life just like me. We should think everyone have a good reputation just like me. We should think everyone wants a meaningful life just like me. We should think everyone don't want suffering just like me. We should think everyone doesn't want to be a failure in their life just like me. Everyone's want a happy life just like me. Okay, thank you. Today's our topic is the death process and the eight dissolutions. But the most important thing to remember is that, death is certain. And our time of the death is uncertain. At our time of death, only Dharma can help us. Mm. So we should the practice of taking refuge with Buddha, Dhamma, Sangha. In our practice of compassion, bodhicitta, and reciting the mantra of the cherishing the Buddha of compassion, this is the best practice of transfer, hoa. Practice poa. And it is our best preparation for death. First, we should remember that death is certain and the time of death uncertain. Our time of the death, death, only Dhamma help us. And practice refuge, practice compassion, practice bodhicitta. This is a practice, the best practice of transfer, hoa. And it is our best preparation for death. And even for the next life. But should not accept the expect big change with a few minutes and with a few days. That is unrealistic. We must think mental change or the mental develop take time. Years and years. Maybe years and years later, then that feel is maybe becoming stronger and stronger, and mind is becoming more calm. Because Dhamma means transforming mind, changing mind. So we should change our mind, transform your mind, but it takes time. If we expect a big result coming immediately, that is a source of failure of practice and the cause of lose patience with the practice. So today's our main topic is maybe third dissolution, third or fourth. Anyway, third dissolution is the fire element dissolve into air, into wind. The fire element dissolves into air. When the fire element dissolves into fire, there, the external sign of this dissolution is a reduced warmth of body. We lose, heat in body, and become a body become cold, and coldness in the area around ours, especially in the stomach, navel, and the center of the body. little bit heat, but others are also a part of the body, so lose heat and warm. This is external sign of this dissolution. The internal sign is this, sparkly, like fireflies, like appears to the mind, something like embers of fire sparkling into sky. But as I told you before, this kind of the appearances just appear to a mind, not existed outside a mind. So this is a third dissolution. And fourth dissolution is, the wind element dissolve into the consciousness. Wind or air elements dissolve into consciousness. When wind elements dissolve into consciousness, the external sign of this dissolution is, reduced power of movement due to the decreased power of the winds that follow through the channels of body and cause us to generate gross mind, degenerate gross mind. And the internal sign is candle, flame, candle flame, like appears to a mind, just some same butter lamp. The mind perceive this appears is the last gross mind of death. Perceive this appears is the last gross mind of death. This actually, this candle fly light appears to the mind means, something maybe if we, one butter lamp put in the big glass, same like that. Then we look at, quite from distance, how we can see small butter lamp in one's pot or glass. Maybe pot is the best. Same like this, candle flames like appears to mind. So the first in subtle mind to death is the mind perceive white appears. In Tibetan, Nawakalamba. Nawakalamba. That means, subtle mind of death is the mind perceive a white appears a mind, just white. This same like maybe in winter when very clear weather. If we look at the moon, yeah, same like this. Same, same moon, yeah. What is moon and stars? Especially like so moon in winter, in night, if weather is clean, then moon is very light. Same like that. This subtle mind is of death. Maybe the first subtle mind of death is the mind perceive the white appearances to mind. This means Navakalamba. Then sixth, when this appears, sees. In Tibet is a Chepa Malamba. The mind has become more subtle and perceive a red appearance, red color. This may actually we call that is when appears sees. And the seventh, the mind again becomes more subtle and transforms into the mind black, near the attainment to which only black appear. Now, Chemba Malma, Nieto Nalamba. Nalamba means it's dark. At this stage, it is, if the dry person has no memory, at that time, what is no memory? Remain a world without memory and just darkness. Never nearly to die. Since there is no physical movement, no heartbeat, and no movement in the channels, some people think that is the end of the die. But in fact, the gross consciousness has not yet left the body, already disappears gross minds. So usually people, he's died. He's passed away. At that time also darkness. Why at that time is darkness? Why? When when come in this stage, become darkness, very dark. Why? Because the right element comes from, our navel, and the white element comes from top of our head. And these two touch each other close, white, come from here, and blood, what is the right? Yeah, right drop come up, and center of the heart, they, close. The same, close, but not exactly, not so close, but touch each other like this. Then it become dark. So it depends on, individual. Some people, this close touch and the darkness is longer. remain longer. And individual, so depends on individual. Some, 1 second, maybe 1 minute, 2 minutes. Then, white or the right come up, white, go down. Then, this so when the red come up and that the white come down, then manifested clear light, the sudden mind of the death. This is the same like emptiness, exactly the same emptiness, just empty. When right drop come and white come down, separate each other from this from our center of heart. So exactly the same in our 8th stage. After that, the red element slowly come up, and the white element slowly come down. And when these two are separated from each other, again, each other, the mind of black near the attainment transform into the most subtle mind, perceive clear light of death. When when these two drops separate from each other, then the mind of black, near attainment, transformed into the subtle mind, perceive the clear light of death. These are like clear and bright appears, like light of Tao. Same like light. Then the most subtle mind of death is manifested. So why we should practice that process and the dissolutions? Because when our most subtle mind of death is manifested, we should practice this clear light and the subtle mind of death. We should put in our practice, and at that time we should understand about emptiness. Because this the clear light of death, clear light of death and emptiness, very similar to aspect, very similar aspect, yeah. So if you did a practice on this the 8 dissolutions, then we can clear light of death put in practice, especially in practice of emptiness. And at that time, great chance to see emptiness, understand about emptiness. So many lamas, many practitioners, when manifested this clear light of death, they meditate on emptiness for 20 days, 21 days, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. Meditate on clear light. Actually, everyone said that he is passed away. He is, they recognize, already died. But he is still, meditate on clear light and emptiness. This is a tutam. In Tibet, it's a tutam. In India, so many Tibet masters, after that, after the medical doctors said, he's passed away, but still he meditated on clear light of death more than 20 days. Some lamas, for 1 month. In Tibet also, in a very warm, hot weather time, summer, but still, they keep fresh. Body is very, fresh for many days. So this is really, something. This is the proof we have mind. Not everything depends on brain. Actually, brain already stopped. Brain function already stopped. But how can keep fresh body for such many days? More than 10 days, 20 days, 1 month. In summer, this is the best bodies events, yeah? And we have a mind. This mind is not related to our brain. Not related to brain. Actually, this body kind of movement and heart also stop. Heart not anymore beat, but still body is fresh, and body is exactly what is same, when he's alive. So we need to understand about that process, and we need to practice about the 18 dissolutions. This is very important. This is the sign that the most of the mind resides within the. Actually, this we call indestructible, indestructible drop at the center of our heart has manifested, and all other minds have ceased to manifest it, stop. That indestructible, drop opens, and it is white, and red parts have separated. Actually, that means, everyone have one this center of our heart. We have, indestructible what is a drop. In Tibet, it's a kau, same like maybe it's same, okay. So say design like this, Tibetan people, keep here, kau. Same like, And right this during our lifetime, this close. Indestructible drop is close. When we die, this automatically open. Open and this right drop come up and what is come down. Then we die. Then our subtle mind, come out and is separated from our body. That is, meaning of died. This and when this open and then release in the consciousness, which immediately depart from the body. And then, what drops descends through our center of channel, to merging through the trip of secret organ. And the right drop, comes through the center of channel to merge it through the nostril, yeah, nose. When this happens, it is the sign, that consciousness has left the body, and the process of die has ended, and the most subtle mind goes to the Bardo, rebirth in the Bardo. When mind come out of our departure from our mind, body, and rebirth in Bardo same time. Exactly same. So everything has potential elements. As I told you before, there's 4 elements: water, earth, fire, air. So we should understand, then what is the meaning of earth dissolving into the water. Actually, I told you before, that means, a fading away of the earth element potential and increase of water element potential. This we should understand, very important, earth element dissolved to, so in water, that means, earth water potential, decrease. And due to earth potential decrease, then water potential, increase. That means, earth element dissolved water. Well, but whatever, when we practice the death process and the 8 stages of dissolution, we always should remember, emptiness and compassion. This is very, very important. The most important. When we think about the death process and the 8 stages of dissolutions, we should remember emptiness and compassion. Combination, always you need practice. we should practice in that based on the compassion, emptiness, and emptiness. That is the most important. Because this practice, especially related to our Tantra practice. So, we should, this death process and the eight dissolution practice, we should practice based on compassion, emptiness, and emptiness. Because, we should understand all the eight different places are themselves the nature of emptiness. When when we recognize appear, oh, now this is maybe time, it's earth, dissolved to water. Then it appear, something like a mirage. This mirage also we should turn to practice in emptiness. It's very, very important. Otherwise, not that much important and not helpful. We should, this appears in just emptiness. This is the reality nature of emptiness. This practice of emptiness and compassion, of practice of compassion, we should bring to the time of the clear light during our diet. It is important, the most important. This is, essence practice of this death process and practice of the eight dissolution. The practice of emptiness and the practice of compassion, we should bring to the time of clear light during our death. And then maybe we will have opportunity to stop our rebirth in samsara again. And maybe we will have the opportunity to be opportunity to be directly reborn in any pure light. Therefore, we should practice and we should understand the death process, death process and dissolutions and emptiness. So, the many practitioners, many higher lamas, through this practice, death process and at the eight dissolution practice, then they, don't need to go to in Bardo. They, first, they meditate on clear light of death, and then they're going to, directly going to pure light. And another reason why we practice this, because many higher practitioners through this practice in the Bardo, they achieve liberation, and in the Bardo, they achieve full enlightenment. Because this death process and the eight dissolution turn to practice, turns to path to enlightenment. This is the main practice of core practice of this death process and the eight dissolutions. So as I told you before, through this practice, we should when manifested ours, the most subtle mind of death. This is a clear light of death. When manifested this mind, with this mind, we should turn to practice. Turn to what is a practice of path to enlightenment. So we need to understand about death process and the 8 dissolutions. Because our clear light of death is neutral. This is not negative, and this is not positive, and what is not virgin and not negative, what is non-virgin. So we can turn to virgin, or so maybe influenced by the anger and attachment, this turn to non-virgin. Non-virgin. So to practice when we as in this life, when what is during our lifetime, what is we need practice, and this practice we bring to time of the death. This is important. Another reason why we need to learn about the death process and the 8 stages of dissolution is because we should practice in a Tibetan Kusol Lamche. That means the taking the 3 bodies of Buddhas as part. Taking the 3 bodies of Buddha as part. The truth body, the enjoyment body, and the emanation body. This practice is the most important of a part of Tantra practice. But if we don't understand about the 8 dissolutions, and we can't practice that, because we should practice taking the 3 bodies of Buddhas, as our path, based on the 8 dissolution and death process. We should practice the clear light of death, or most subtle mind of the death, is the really Dhammakaya. We should realize the clear light of death is the real Dhammakaya, and we should visualize the Dhammakaya is I. This is on main what is this is the main essence of practice of the 8 stage of dissolutions. This is also the best power, best transfer. We should visualize the clear light of death is the really Dhammakaya, and we should visualize Dhammakaya is I. So now tantric practice of the techie of death is the Dhammakaya, and the Dhammakaya means Buddha's truth body. In Tibet is a Choku Lamche. Choa, Choku Lamche. Choa means a clear light of death. Choku means Dhammakaya. Lamche means turn to path. Turn to path enlightenment path to enlightenment. Then Patu Longku Lamche, the intermediate state of the taking of rebirth is the Sambhogakaya, name of the Buddhist, body or something. Sambhogakaya, meaning of a complete enjoyment body. This we should practice in the Bardo. It's a Sambhogakaya. Visualize Bardo rebirth as the really Sambhogakaya, really enjoyment body. And this Sambhoga body is I. This full enjoyment body is I. We should practice rebirth by turning to, complete enjoyment body. This means we should practice in the Bardo is a Sambhogakaya, visualize Bardo rebirth as the really full enjoyment body. And this enjoyment body is I. And third one, Jiva Truku Lamche. Sorry, Bardo Longku Lamche. The second one. Bardo means Bardo, intermediate state. Longku means, Sambhogakaya, the Sambhogakaya, this enjoyment body. Lamche is always the same. This is turn to practice or turn to, path. And the third one is Jiva Truku Lamche. Jiva is birth. Truku is, Nimakaya, Nimanakaya. English is emanation body. The rebirth is Nimanakaya, means Buddha's emanation body. So we should practice rebirth by the turning to Nimanakaya. That means emanation body, and we should visualize rebirth as the really, emanation body, and emanation body is I. Because this birth and emanation body is same aspect. And intermediate and enjoyment body is the same aspect. And clear light of death and through the body is same as aspect. Not exactly same nature, but same, many others, many parts same function, same aspect. atmosphere quite similar. So we can turn to path. But this is a very, very deep subject. Very, very hard subject, not easy. It's very profound and also very meaningful. If we understand about that, very benefit, really, really benefit, but not easy to understand. Take time. So as I told you before, Dalai Lama said himself, he 8 times death every day, 8 times. That means he 8 times practice on the death process and on that the 8 stage of dissolutions completely. Put in a practice, visualize, or now it's earth element dissolved water. Then visualize internal external signs and internal signs. What happened? First dissolution, and then second and third and fourth, then until 8 complete. Then manifest this exactly same like clear light of death. Control gross minds and controls gross body functions, and manifested subtle mind function and subtle body utilize the subtle body. All winds and control in the center of central channel. And exactly practice follow what Buddha said about this 8 stages. When I heard one story, Holiness teacher, his name is Rinpoche, and when he was in Tibet, once in a full moon day, they did Guru Puja. When they do Guru Puja, monks doing puja, Rinpoche, Teacher Rinpoche meditate on something. Exactly, he was meditate on clear light of death. When end of puja, finish puja, he still meditate on death. What is clear of death? Stop everything. Stop. What is heartbeat. The monks, they thought, or maybe Rinpoche passed away. They was very, very, afraid, very sad. But after some time, he, recover. Revive, wake up. Many, many masters practice on, clear light of death. Practice and meditate on that. Whatever, so, as maybe I told you before, everything depends on our, the mind and wind, subtle mind and subtle wind. If we control, subtle wind, we can control everything. But now our central channel is closed. Now we use only this right channel and the left channel. So we have anger and attachment and blah 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 blah. If you could control these two channels and all the winds you put in your central channel, then you can control everything. But this central channel means, right channel means in that as maybe just a channel of energy, not like not for the blood and water. So that's why maybe medical doctors can't see through the what's this? Yes, crop. Microsoft one. They can't see. But when we die, only once manifested, and all the winds manifested clear light of death, and all winds automatically enter to this central channel. So we meditate on this death process, and we visualize all the winds into our central channel. And this takes time, but many higher masters, they can do this practice. All the winds they put in a central channel and control in the central channel. If we control this right channel and the central channel, what is the left channel and right channel, we can control attachment, anger. Because anger and attachment from right channel and left channel. So whatever, as I told you before, if we if we practice refuge and practice compassion, practice bodhicitta, and recent Om Mani Padme Hum, and practice about compassion of Buddha of compassion. This is the best practice of transfer power, and this is the best preparation for death and even the next life. So, I requested to my friends, please, if you really can't, practice 2-3 hours, it's okay. You must practice, compassion and recite Om Mani Padme Hum 300 times every day. This is best preparation for your death and preparation for next life. And this is really, really, good fundamental of your practice. Recent mantra, 300 every day. Visualize Avalokiteshvara and generate compassion, and recent mantra Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum 300 times, only 300 times. This is really, really helpful. This best prayer and puja for your life. This practice can prevent your obstacles and make making meaningful life. We can. I the requested many my friends, first when you recently first 100 times Om Mani Padme Hum, this all of the mother sentient beings, of all mother sentient beings, for the benefit of all the mother sentient beings. And the second times, all your gurus, long life and happy, and success fulfill their thoughts and their visions. And third, your family, yourself. Only 300 times, Om Mani Padme Hum. This maybe everyone can, make our routine. Because mantra of Chirisin, Om Mani Padme Hum, it's very powerful. If you understand, if you understand about meaning of what is mantra of Avalokiteshvara or not, doesn't matter. If you don't understand or doesn't matter. This is very powerful, because Buddha said himself, if you have faith, strong faith with this mantra, you can get blessing. You can get positive energy. By your faith, make, meaningful your recitation by your faith. So Om Mani Padme Hum is very, very easy. It's very short, very meaningful, very powerful. Of course, if we really want to develop our compassion, we should request our prayer and request and meditate on Avalokiteshvara. This is a related compassion and Avalokiteshvara. Because Avalokiteshvara is Buddha of compassion. Always you pray to Avalokiteshvara and visualize Avalokiteshvara, meditate on Avalokiteshvara and recite Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum. Through this practice, you can develop compassion and make good heart, good mind. If you want to develop wisdom, then you must practice and pray to Manjushri. And you recite Manjushri's mantra. Through this practice, you can develop your wisdom. Actually, all the Buddhas have same power, same quality. We can't, this Buddha is better and this Buddha is good or this Buddha is not good. We can't say every Buddha is the same quality, same Buddha, same Buddha, same nature. But it depends on their prayer and their dedication. So this Avalokiteshvara is, more related to our compassion. Though this, can more effect develop our compassion. This because when they Avalokiteshvara and Manjushri, before they achieve Buddha, they different prayer, different dedicate. They did different dedicated, or is different prayers, so different effect. So now I stop here. I finish about death process and the 8th stage of dissolutions. If you have any question.
So what's the difference between the wind in the central channel that you were referring to and a Kundalini awakening?
So
what's the difference between the wind that's in the central channel and a Kundalini awakening that they refer to?
Kundalini means
awakening. It's this energy thing there.
As I told you before, if we can control all the winds in center of channel, we can control everything. This is our power. This is our energy.
But isn't that the same as a Kundalini awakening?
Yeah. Yes, as I told you before, if we use all the winds and earth and control in our central channel, we can control attachment and anger and everything. And then we can get great pleasure, pleasure.
You'd mentioned that some, I guess it was lamas in the Bardo, were able to achieve enlightenment, liberation, and then enlightenment.
You mean Bardo?
Yeah, you'd mentioned.
Yes.
So then what? What happens to them after that? Do they come back as enlightened beings, or did they go off somewhere else?
Yes. Every practitioner's purpose the same for achieve Buddha for all the mother sentient beings. But of course, after achieve Buddhahood, they return back to somewhere for the other sentient beings. Never sleep there. Never don't want to back to somewhere. They come to Earth, maybe come to different planets, maybe different continents, come to benefit other sentient beings. All the Buddha same. If achieve Buddhahood in Bardo or on our life or whenever. Yeah.
Are there any questions? Oh, yes, online.
Hello. So I get that I need to practice POA, but if I die in a day or 2 days, who do I call? I mean, before I die, of course. Like if I know I get in a car accident and I'm in the hospital, or I'm diagnosed with a deadly disease and I have a month to live, who do I call at the center to come and pray to me, pray over my body, and don't let the doctors take my body away too soon, etc. Thank you.
Yes, you can contact to Dhondup.
Okay.
Okay.
gonna happen.
I just yeah. Yes.
There's also a book by Lama Zopa Rinpoche that How to Enjoy Death that has all the prayers that one can do if one has some forewarning of one's death. Geshe-la had a question. Oh, sorry. Anybody else online?
Yes,
You mentioned.
there's
Yes, go ahead.
there's a question online. Do you have any recommendations for books on the dying process? And they specifically said, what about like the Tibetan Book of the Dead, or one thing I would think of is advice on dying by His Holiness.
So what?
He was asking Geshe-la, do you have any recommendations for any books that talk about the death process?
Oh yes, yes. Yes. Many good books here, in Tibet. I don't know in the translation in English or not. Really, I don't know. In the name of such great path and ground to Tandra, yeah. Tandra, is a ground and so what is path. This is in Tibet, it's Ngā They're very clear. This by the Yangche Galo. Maybe you can remember this name, then you can find. Wrote by the Yangche Galo. Yangche Galo is this ground and path of Tandra. Yangche
I
Galo.
don't know if it's been translated though, Geshe-la.
Maybe.
You can look. Okay.
Yangche Galo.
The other one as I was mentioning is Rinpoche, Lama Zopa Rinpoche's How to Enjoy Death actually has description of the death process in very great, in detail, and also the prayers and the meditations that Geshe-la talked about in the Nirmanakaya and so on. Geshe-la, I had a question. You mentioned that if one is meditating on the three bodies, right? So Dharmakaya, the Sambhogakaya, and Nirmanakaya. In each of those, you see it as the I.
Yes.
I'm not clear. You don't. It's not the mere I, but you mean like it's the aspect of how the I is. Is that what you mean?
Yes. Actually, it's not I, yeah. But we should visualize this I.
It's not the I, but it has the aspect. Like,
Yes. Yeah.
How the I really is, and not
Just for example,
not the mere I. Okay.
For example, okay, when you practice about emptiness, okay, you visualize, you achieve, generate, realization of the emptiness. This realization of the emptiness, you can visualize this is I. Exactly same. This is, this is Dhammakaya, and this is I. And when you rebirth Bardo, this Bardo life is, visualize. This is enjoyment body, and this is I. You should visualize just. This, this is the main cause of you will achieve, enjoyment body. You will get cause of. And this, if you when you this practice of this clear light of death, this turn to Dhammakaya, and this is the main cause of achieve Buddha's body. Buddha's Dhammakaya, body Dhammakaya. So any other question? So whatever, so this is the most clear if you want to understand about the death process, and at the 8th stage of the dissolutions, you will study what I said, the name, Yangche Gallo's book. His name is Yangche Gallo. He wrote about, especially about Tantra ground and path. Yangche Gallo. Yangche Gallo. G-A-L-O-I. L-O.
So, regardless of what state you're in, if you are aware of an I, you can kind of declare that I to be something else. I mean, you can make your I don't know. Can you make your eye a rock, or you can say that's my eye, or you can say the clear light body. But you see clear light, but you go, wait a minute, I've still got an eye. So you go, okay, I'm going to make my eye that clear light body. I'm going to be that. Is that kind of what it means to make the emanation body your eye, or the clear light or your eye?
Actually, clear light body, what is enjoyment body is not you, not I. It's clear. It is not I. Okay. For example, this cup is not I. But something there's a reasoning and something. So we should visualize this is I. Just visualize. What is imagine? Yes, imagine.
Yeah,
Imagine, yeah. Yeah, this is very powerful.
Geshe, that I just did a quick search. There's only one portion written by a Shukden practitioner. So I don't know if you want to.
Yes, I saw that book. This is wrote by the GesheTashi.
Sangatsu, yeah. Can you hear? Can you hear?
Can you repeat that? We didn't hear online.
I was maybe Geshe can speak to it.
Yeah, this is wrote by the
did you want to,
GesheTashi.
did you want to say something about that, Geshe, or?
No.
Okay. I just want to mention that if you go online searching for tantric grounds and paths, be careful, because the only one that comes up is by a teacher who has been, who is as Lama Zopa Rinpoche and His Holiness has said, that he is a Shukden practitioner and his advice can be damaging to oneself. So you can decide. But that's what His Holiness and Lama Zopa Rinpoche had said.
I will try to find, and then I will tell you. If I found, maybe we can find translation in English translation.
And then maybe if you tell Venerable Dhondup or me,
Yes.
then we can put it on the website. Okay. So there you go. If we find it, it'll be on the website at some point soon.
I have another question, Geshe. Do you have recommendation for specific type for specific meditation practices that help us go through the 8 stages of dying? Do you have specific practices that you would recommend?
What practice?
The question was, Geshe, would you recommend any specific practices to that with which you can practice the 8 stages of death?
Sorry, I didn't.
Do you have any recommendations for any practices where you can do this practice on the 8 disillusions?
No, actually, I received many teachings from my teachers. Lama Zopa Rinpoche, also holiness, and so many teachers, So actually, if you really want to study about this, the 8th stage of dissolution, you need, oral transmission and initiation. This is very important. You can receive from some lamas, holiness.
You could request it.
Yeah, you need request to someone. Yeah, actually, many is commentary of this 8 stages, 8 stages of dissolutions, but we can't read before receive initiation. Because, Tantra means it's a secret practice. Secret. What means secret? If you practice secretly, then you can get power. If you, broken samaya and vows, and without initiation and without implement, you read any books and you can't get any result. You can't get any power and energy. But I recommend one book. Maybe you can read this Bardo. Maybe already you read. I think this Live and Die. Sogyal Rinpoche's book is good, very good, very famous book. Please, you can tell.
He's talking about Sogyal Rinpoche's Tibetan book of living and dying, not Tibetan book of the dead. It's Tibetan book of living and
Live
dying.
and Die. And many books, introduce about Bardo. These books you can read. They're also quite clear about death process. Also, once a holiness book, also there, live or death. This I think is a very small one. Yeah, maybe this in translation, I don't live or death, about that. Okay, sorry, anyway. You have any question? You have?
Doesn't look anything online? No. Oh,
Nothing else
His
here.
Holiness's book is Advice on Dying.
Oh yeah, this is good.
Or also there's one called Joy of Living and Dying in Peace.
No,
I think that's the one you're talking
Yes.
about.
And live and die. Sogyal Rinpoche is this Bardo, introduce about Bardo. This is very good, very helpful.
And the previous book that he mentioned about by Sogyal Rinpoche.
Okay.
Prayers, Geshe?
Yes, sure.
Michael, if you'd put the prayers up, please. Keep going down a few pages. Keep going down to dedication prayer. Yeah. Gewadi nyurduda. Yang chub sen jorin poche ma ke panap ke gyurche gewa nyam pa me payan kone gondum pelwa sho.
Gangri Rawe Korwe Zinkam Dir Pendang Dewa Malu Jungwe De Chenre Zigwang Denzin Gatso Yi Zape Site Bartu Tengyurchi. Prayer for the swift return of Lama Zopa Rinpoche, peerless teacher and assembly of the children of the victorious ones, Shravakas and Prateka Buddhas, victorious Lozang, father and sons, along with the lineage masters, all the objects of refuge of infinite lands, please bestow the virtue and goodness of accomplishing this prayer here and now. Holding and spreading the Muni's precious and complete teachings through explanation and practice, you wore the armor of patience that is never discouraged. Incomparable Venerable Guru, to you I make requests. While striving single-pointedly for the sake of the victorious one's teachings, the sole gateway through which all benefit and happiness emerge, and for mother living beings, you suddenly departed to peace. What a great loss. Nevertheless, through the undeceiving truths of the blessings of the ocean of the three jewels and the waves of bodhicitta of the children of the victorious ones, may the smile of a reincarnation swiftly beam in glory for fortunate disciples. And please keep Geshe Sherab and GesheTashi's long life in your hearts.
Chanche sencho rinpoche, ma che pa nam chen chen che, che wa nyam pa me pa yam, kone kondu pe wa sho. Ji si nan ka ne pa dan, ro wa ji si ne ju pa, te si da ni ne ju. Ndwe donga se wa sho. Cha to ko lo je, ja bo tong, che to ke ba sang bo sang je tong, ka la kang di te la da. Zomba jiri se la cha sa lo, omane pe me, omane pe me. You recite this mantra with me, okay? Omane pe me, omane pe me, omane pe me, omane pe me, omane pe me. Omane pe me, omane pe me, omane pe me, omane pe me. Omane pe me, omane pe me, omane pe me, omane pe me, omane pe me. Omane pe me, omane pe me, omane pe me, omane pe me, omane. Omane pe me, omane pe me, omane pe me, omane pe me, omane. Omane pe me, 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 omane pe me. Omane pe me, omane pe me, omane pe me, omane pe me. Omane pe me, omane. Jambe ba o che dan chimba da kunde samba te an te che dan. Gewan de dan tham je ran de ngo. Are rong a ko yi jin gan se pen dan de wa ma len ju che re sa wa ten ze cha. Sha pe sen da ba de ten ju. Thank you.